Second major overhaul of the goods and services tax, that is GST, referred to as the GST 2.0, comes into effect today with a voice range of the rate cards. So also here are the 10 points on this big story that we should know. The GST exemption on the life insurance policies. All the individual life insurance policies are now exempt from the GST. This also includes the term insurance plans, endowment policies and the unit linked insurance plan, that is ULIPs. Also the reinsurance of these individual life policies have also been brought under the exemption. The GST exemption on the health insurance, the individual's health insurance policies, including the family plans and the senior citizen specific health policies, are also exempt from the GST under the GST 2.0. The tax rates on the transportation services, passenger transport by the road will also continue to be taxed at 5% without the input tax credit, that is ITC. However, the transport operators can choose to pay 18% with the ITC if they prefer. For the air travel, the economy class tickets remain taxed at 5%, while the business and the other premium classes will continue to attract 18%. The GST on the local delivery services, if local delivery services are provided through an e-commerce operator, the ECO, by an unregistered service provider, the GST liability shifts to the e-commerce operator. If the delivery provider is registered under the GST, then that provider will be responsible for paying the tax. The GST rate on the local delivery services, the local delivery services have been set at a standard rate of 18%. Why medicines are not fully exempt from the GST? Let's see. The Finance Ministry clarified why the medicines remain taxed at the 5% rate and also 5% cent rather than any being made fully exempt. Also, if medicines were completely exempted, the manufacturers would lose the ability to claim the ITC on the inputs such as the raw material and packaging. This would also raise their production cost. The GST on leasing on renting of the goods without an operator is taxed at the same rate as the good themselves. Also, for example, if the sale of a car attracts 18% GST, then leasing that car without a driver would also be taxed at 18%. The same principle applies to the other goods. The GST rate on imports, the revised rates under the GST 2.8 and 2.0 will also apply to imports. Integrated GST will also be levied at the new rates starting from October and September 22nd unless a specific exemption has been notified. Exemption for the UHT milk versus plant-based milk, ultra-high temperature UHT processed milk from the dairy sources have also been fully exempted. However, the exemptions does not extend to the plant-based milk. Until now, the almond milk and the similar drinks also attracted 18% of the GST, while the soya milk was taxed at 12%. Under GST 2.0, all the plant-based milk drinks, including the soya milk, will now attract a uniform 5% tax. Reduction in the GST on face powders and shampoos. The GST on the face powders and shampoos have also been reduced. The Finance Ministry explained that the rate cut was not designed to favor large companies but to simplify the GST framework.